How many games were you involved in when the defense pitched a shutout, did not allow a single point?
I haven't played in any since high school. College-wise, never did it. As good as the teams were that I played on, even here, never gave up zero. I mean, it's just something that you just don't see, right? And it's something that's very hard to do. I mean, especially in today's game, right, when the things are a little bit more offensive friendly, and things like that, whether it's penalty-wise or anything like that. And mistakes happen. Someone can slip and fall, anything. But to give up zero in a professional game, you just don't see that. And I haven't been a part of none until now, and it's a tremendous feeling.
How did it happen?
Guys went out there and played. That's what it is about. For me, it has nothing to do with the X's and O's. Yes, we put them in position to be successful, but those guys go out there and execute. And those guys were, flying around. Every play, for the most part, you were seeing 10 guys in the screen. And that's something that we've been preaching about since training camp. Those guys want to make plays, and they're not relying on the next guy to do so. But, when you got 12 guys with that type of mindset, it makes it an aggressive, fast defense, and that's what we want to be. And we've been dictating offenses ever since.
Okay, so let's talk about the confidence. Let's talk about the 12-man mindset, because in baseball, you can have the walk-off home run to win a game. Soccer, you can have that penalty kick to win it. Hockey, you score that overtime winner. But to do it with a defensive unit, to not allow a single point, I think that's your walk-off.
No, for sure. I mean, if there's something that's going to be a signature, that kind of signature stance, what I'm saying, or literally like that kind of signature game for us thus far, like I said, I think that will be it. I mean, do we still make some mistakes? For sure. Is there some things that we can get better at? That's for sure. I don't want to ever feel like we reached our peak in week 2. But the way that we're flying around, we're playing, I feel like we give ourselves the best chance to win. And I'm confident in my group. And some people might take that as being, cocky or anything like that. No, I just know the work they put in. I know the value of my guys, and I know they want to win, and they're going to do what it takes to do that. So it makes my job a whole lot easier when I can go out there and freely do some things because I know they're going to have my back just as much as I have theirs.
RP, when you go into a game, is there in the back of your mind an acceptable amount of offense, total amount of offense that you'd allow? Because I think it was either 155 or 154 that you allowed, which I thought was minuscule.
Yeah, I try never to put a stat on it, but even then, we have goals, right? We have goals, and for us, we want to keep passing yards at a minimum. We want to get hits on the quarterback, to a certain amount, and we want to get hurries. And my motto, no matter what, is you got to stop the guy that touches the ball every play, and that's the reality of it. I don't care if you're a DB or anything like that. We got to now do something to disrupt him, and that's the goal every single game. And yes, passing yards are one thing, but my thing is if we can get hits on the quarterback, make him now feel a little disgruntled, now start doubting some things that's happening around him, I feel right then and there he plays into our hands.
I know when we chatted with Rick about Thursday's game, because for me it's the CFL game of the week, and it's also the ultimate measuring stick going against Zach Claros. 647 yards, I think, in 2 games. Is it a big one? Am I right in that?
You know what? It's the next game for us, and you got to have that type of mentality, right? I mean, you play 18 games, and it's week 3, and all of us are now still trying to figure out, exactly where we need to be. It's definitely something that you cannot ignore, the fact that, they are Winnipeg, and they have been dominant, and they've been dominant in the West, and you're going against an MOP guy like Zach, and someone that I've seen, that's definitely playing, some of the best football that, I've seen them play in the last few years, and they're hitting on all cylinders. So is it a challenge for us? For sure. Do I think we're going to meet it? There's no doubt about it. I feel like we're going to go in there with the same confident group that we've had. And like I said, we're going to expect the same outcome to go out there and try to do what it takes to win.